Hi, my name's Tanya and I'm the brand director of Urban Veda, the natural skincare brand based on the philosophy of Ayurveda. Ayurveda is a philosophy that comes from India. It is one of the oldest standing medical systems in the whole wide world. It is really about holistic wellness and how we live our lives in a balanced way so that we can achieve good health and good well-being. Ayurveda is actually a Sanskrit word, and Aya means life and Veda means wisdom. And so that is how we created the name of Urban Veda. It is bringing that philosophy and wisdom of the East into the Western urban world that we live in today. Urban Veda was actually developed by our founding father, who was an Ayurvedic healer himself. And he was one of the very first to bring Ayurvedic herbs from the East, from India, to the West in the 70s. And he was using these Ayurvedic herbs to heal people internally. So he was using ingredients such as turmeric, neem, moringa, ashwagandha, all these different Ayurvedic herbs to help people with all sorts of internal problems that they were having. And born from that was the understanding of what these Ayurvedic herbs can do, not only internally, but on the skin too. So in Urban Veda, in our products, we use these Ayurvedic herbs. We use turmeric, which is an absolutely fantastic anti-inflammatory ingredient, which also helps with skin brightening and giving you that glow. We also use neem as another key ingredient. Neem is very antibacterial and really helps with getting rid of excess oils on the skin. We also use another ingredient called Arjuna through all of our skincare ranges. Arjuna used to once be used internally to help with cell rejuvenation. Now we use Arjuna on the skin to help with getting rid of fine lines and wrinkles and to really help skin renewal. Ayurveda is founded on the principle of the 5 elements. That is air, earth, wind, fire, and ether. These are the 5 elements that created nature, they created the world, they created us. And therefore, within each of us, we have these 5 elements, but at varying levels of dominance. And this is called our dosha. Your dosha is a holistic sense of who you are. Our dosha talks about our skin type, our body type, the way that we deal with stress, the way that we sleep even. And these are determined by those 5 elements. Have you ever heard of the term, that person is so hot-headed, or that person has their feet on the ground, or that person has their head in the clouds? These are some of the expressions that we can use sometimes to describe someone's personality, and this is your dosha type. There are 3 dosha types. There is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And each of these are underpinned by those elements. We have Vata. Vata is represented by air and ether. So these are the kinds of people who are creative, they're social, they go wherever the wind takes them. They're very fast and lead very fast-paced lives. But when out of balance, these Vatas can have perhaps bad sleep tendencies because their mind is always running. They can have quite dry skin because it is the air that dominates them. And I can always tell a Vata because as soon as you go to shake their hands, they'll always have cold hands, cold feet. Then you have the Pitta dosha. This is represented by fire and are represented by very fiery character people. They're very go-getting, they're very focused. They always have their mind set on a particular goal. But when out of balance, the Pitta skin can become irritated, becomes sensitive and inflamed because of this fire that dominates them. When out of balance, Pittas can sometimes get a bit hot-headed and a bit angry. So it's recommended for Pittas to become back into balance by being in cooling environments, less competitive environments, and to eat very cooling foods. Then you have the Kapha dosha. This is represented by earth, and people who are represented as Kaphas are very earthy individuals. They're grounded, they're loving, they're very kind-hearted people. The Kapha dosha is represented by earth and water. So if you can imagine, when earth and water comes together, it becomes quite soily. and this is what happens to kapha skin. And so it is recommended for kaphas to use ingredients that really help get rid of those oily elements to help decongest the skin and get rid of excess sebum on the face. So the dosha types represent a skin type, and so Urban Veda has come out with a range for each dosha type. So for those vata types who usually have quite dull, dry, dehydrated skin, we have our radiance range, which has lots of fruit enzymes in, and turmeric is our key ingredient, which really helps to hydrate the skin and give you that glow. For the pitta skin type, which is usually sensitive and inflamed, we've created a range called the soothing range. The key ingredient from here is sandalwood. Sandalwood is incredibly healing and very anti-inflammatory and very kind to sensitive skin. For the kapha skin type, which is oily and congested, we have our purifying range. The key ingredient from the purifying range is neem. Neem is incredibly antibacterial, antiseptic, and helps decongest the skin. Neem is actually known as the village pharmacy in India, as it has so many different uses, all the way from hospitals into skincare and also used internally. We also have a fourth range, and this is called the reviving range and is suited for the tridoshic element. So this is a clear balance of all the dosha types. We've designed our reviving range with the key ingredient of rose, which is to help heal, hydrate, and is particularly good for anti-aging. So whilst Urban Veda is based on the philosophy of Ayurveda, we also have a number of different brand values. Firstly, we're vegan certified, we're cruelty-free certified, and all of our products are between 97 to 100% natural. As a brand, we're also incredibly mindful and aware of our surroundings and our environment. In Ayurveda, we explain that karma is what you put into society is what you get out of it. And so that's what we really believe as a brand. In everything we do, from our packaging to sourcing all of our raw ingredients, we make sure that we do this with sustainability in mind.